All right, welcome back. And now I'm going to show you how awesome Photoshop 2021 is, but how you have to learn, or I'm sorry, use some of the techniques you've already learned old school to really make it work. So let's go back to our Dina picture. Close everything you have and open up these original two files, Dina and Dina Sunset. Dina is going to be a locked background layer, so click once to unlock it, and then we're going to drag this image onto the sunset, just like we did before. All right, now instead of masking or using quick select or the other options that we've done, we're going to use some of the new tools. So go over to your toolbar, and where quick selection tool is and the magic wand, there's also a new tool called object selection. And if the object is fairly obvious, Photoshop will do a good job of trying to select it for you. If maybe you have 3 people and you only wanted to select one, with this tool you would drag a marquee over the one that you want. Since there's only one person here, I'm just going to click at the easy button up here that says Select Subject. And I'm going to wait a second. And hopefully we will have, yep, a pretty decent marching ants. We do see how it's included a little bit of extra hair maybe than we would have, but that's a great job, no doubt. Then we're going to choose Select and Mask. And we're going to get our mask put on. And this is the view that we have when we're looking at just the mask, and it actually looks pretty good. If we look at it on, let's see, on our layers, looks pretty decent. We are going to have to clean up this side, but that's okay. So from here, I'm going to output it to a new layer with a layer mask and say, okay. So far I've just been clicking on buttons. I really haven't had to do anything. The only thing I really want to clean up on this is the fact that it still includes this harsh shadow that it threw. And I'm just going to use the polygonal lasso because that's really easy for me to just click here. Maybe I should probably be zoomed in to do it a little bit better job here, but I think you guys get the idea. Just going down to the edge here. So all of this I want to be masked out, which means it has to be black. So I want to fill it with my foreground color of black. So that's Option Delete. And then I am going to zoom in. And I also want to fill black right through here. At least through that much of it. I want that to be masked out as well. So Option Delete masks it out. Okay, what we can see here is that it did a reasonable job. Not bad at all, but there's more that we can do. So from this select and mask option, click on that again. It's going to discard our current selection. Oh shoot, I missed a step. I'll say, okay, you can discard. Besides the original mask that it's doing, there's also a button here for refine hair. So whoops, look at that, it's back. That's okay. I am going to click on the, zoom out, I am going to click on the refine hair button, and I didn't do that prior. This is going to do an even better job of the hair. You can see how it's an even better selection. It's as if we went in with these tools on the left and painted them in ourselves. You still have these exact tools, so you could paint more with the refine edge brush if you thought there was more to be found somewhere. I'm quite happy with it, so I am going to do the output of a new layer with a layer mask. Notice it just keeps stacking them up and turning off previous. And then I do need to go back on this one with my lasso and get rid of this edge again. So when you're in that, select and mask and then refine hair before you go and output it. When you output it, you can come back and clean up the mask. So I have a better shoulder here. So here's what the mask looks like now. This is with their 2 buttons, select and mask first, and then refine hair. Okay, so I can see a little area here that could use some help. Oh gosh, I think for now I'm going to let it go, but you could paint that in with just pure white. Brush, white. I've got a soft brush, so that's not ideal because her shoulder shouldn't be soft. Definitely not going to be good. Definitely not good. All right, I don't even like that version. Oh, we're just gonna lose all that hair right here. Wrong button. There we go. All right, notice we're getting these weird little outlines too. And when you do zoom in, you can see that's still the outline of where I made that selection and dumped black. So you want to go in and fix all of this. I made this harder than it had to be. The bottom line is you choose select subject, select and mask, refine hair. All three of those are buttons. And then you do ultimately output it to a new selection or a new layer with layer masks, and then you can tweak it from there. From here though, we still would want to do the fringe pixels like we did before, which is just a new layer on top, clipped to the one below it so that it matches the boundaries here. And then with it, we would take our brush and we would sample Dina's hair color first. So with the brush, we're going to option click. I just sampled her hair color. And then with a soft, large brush, whoops, you have to be on, oh, that's right. We need to have a different blending mode though. Blending mode of multiply. And then we're just going to paint in here. And obviously the opacity is a wee bit of an issue. Bring that down. Paint where you need to. Just don't get on her skin, but we're really trying to get the fringe pixels to darken up a little bit. All right, so those are some of the things that you learned from the previous exercises. We still need to have our fringe pixels, and we need to change our blend mode on those. So what they've done is amazing and very powerful, but you still need to do some of the extras to make it work.